Steve Grubbs.
Well, hello and welcome in our first show of February 2025, and we welcome you back to Zeppo's, where the Palouse comes to play and eat, and also your home of the Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge here on Monday. Of course, you can come out tomorrow. David Riley will be back for the men's coaches show as well. And, Coach, congratulations on a couple of wins since the last time we talked. We were here last Wednesday because we were busy last Monday beating Oregon State, by the way, in Corvallis.
Yep, that sounded good.
Then wins on Thursday and Saturday at home, so a good 2-0 homestand. And now sitting what is 15-10 overall is Washington State, and up to 10-4 in West Coast Conference play. Congratulations on a couple of wins.
Yeah,
and welcome back to Zeppo's.
Yeah,
what a crowd again.
Thanks again for everybody being here, and just a good weekend and what we needed right now. I mean, we needed to make some progress and try to get back in this a scramble for a first or second or third seed, whatever we're trying to fight for, and excited about where we're going. So 2 good wins, great crowds, loved being here, and again, a lot to play for. Like we got a lot to play for coming up.
No doubt, and we've talked about it in a couple of shows past, that each and every seed in this conference, the way the wacky tournament is with all their buys, means a little bit more in this conference. And we do want to also start pushing. You need to get your tickets now to Vegas, and make sure the Cougar fans are at Orleans Arena to support Washington State University. You can get women's tickets, you can get all session tickets, and go watch every single one of the games that are going to be played down there. Again, the men's and the women's will be playing at the same time, because we need as much support as we can get in Vegas. So come on down and get your tickets. Again, the tournament in Las Vegas, Nevada is going to be coming up in the first part of March, and we'll continue to touch on that as the hour goes along and as the month goes along. But each and every Cougar fan and support was going to be important to us, because again, we're going to be there somewhere along the way, and we hope it's later in the tournament. But that being said, it is kind of weird where you could get a triple bye, a quadruple bye, but each and every spot seems to have at least some importance in this conference.
Yeah, no question. Like, when we were starting this thing, we wanted to be the top 2 seeds. We're still in that run.
Absolutely.
But obviously not beating Portland or Gonzaga at home hurts us. And, quite frankly, like, we're not good enough to overlook anybody in this league. I mean, everybody has given us a lot of game. We're still growing. We're still trying to figure out things. Clearly, Gonzaga coming up this weekend. We have a break where we can kind of really, really scout them. That gives us a great chance going into their arena. And then Portland. I mean, these are all really, really tough games. These 2 games are huge, but I'm not going to overlook anybody in this league. It's tough. We want to be top 4 seed. We want to be a top 4 seed so that we get as many buys as we can possibly be. If we could get to the 2 seed, that'd be great. If we could get to the 1 seed, that'd be awesome. But this is just the reality of it's a tough league. We weren't perfect going into it. Now we got to get a little bit perfect right now.
Again, on a 3-game winning streak with the wins over Oregon State on the road, and then these 2 wins back-to-back at home over both the Pacific Tigers and the San Diego Toreros. And you get it done 82-70 over Pacific, 67-60 over San Diego. Talk a little bit about Dee. She was our guest last week right here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. And, boy, she had herself a couple of games. I mean, in that Pacific game, you were talking to me post-game show. Again, what was the number? Plus 26, is that what that says?
Yeah.
I don't have my readers. Plus 26 for Dee, where she finished what was 11 rebounds, 11 points and 8 rebounds, excuse me. And what the plus minus is it means that's the difference of your team. If they score 2 points when you're on the court, then you get plus 2 points. If you come to the bench, then you're at plus 2. So when you're on the court, you've outscored your opponent by that many points while she's been on the court. But, I mean, regardless of what the plus-minus is, she was really good in both of those games for us.
And then a double-double in the second game against San Diego. I mean, just, it just takes a minute for young players to figure out where they can be successful. And Dee is so athletic. she can hurt you from the inside. She can hurt you from the outside. She just doesn't know exactly what she's capable of yet. And, again, today she came into practice and was just spectacular. We just have to put her in great positions on the floor. She has to have some confidence to shoot threes when she's open, but also understand that she's so dynamic going to the rim and creating at the rim. Can create fouls and get to the foul line. Again, a tremendous athlete and player, and again, potential where she's going, but we need her to be kind of this good going forward. And so really excited for her, and obviously she's dynamic, and she's everything we need her to be right now.
Is it recency bias for me with what I saw these last 2 games, or was this the most we saw her attack the rim in these 2 games?
I don't know. I thought early in the season she had a little bit more gumption to the rim, and then I just think a little bit of tendency, and you have some turnovers. She had injuries and got away from the game and couldn't practice as much, and then she got sick and was away for 10 days. I mean, she just hasn't had the kind of roller coaster ride we want. It's been a little bit up and down, and again, we just have to have her feeling good about herself. Her knees need to feel good. We got to protect those, and then she needs to just go out and attack the rim and help us in any way possible. So I think she's growing confidence every single time she steps on the floor, just like any of our freshmen. They really have a chance to get better every time they're on the floor. So we got to put them out there. We got to trust them, and again, creating scoring opportunities from all positions on the floor is really key for us right now.
Yeah, and for her to do so, especially without Alex being there these last couple of games where it was so big for us, and I don't know how much you know on this. This is one of our questions. Do we know how Alex Colville is doing, and do you have any update on Alex?
Yeah, she's a ways away from getting back, but it's not death and dire. Like, we have a chance to get her back later in the season, but yeah, she's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Okay. Also, this weekend, we did see Mom in attendance. And is this the first coach's show for your mom to be in attendance for?
I don't think she's ever been around this group.
Yeah.
So y'all need to be on your best behavior tonight.
That's right. She's back at the head table and setting center stage. We did get a question. Do you feel extra pressure when Mom is in attendance in the house at Beasley Coliseum?
No, I do not. I kind of forget she's there, but she probably is going to tell me about myself after the game, and sometimes that's not always good. So she's pretty honest with me, but no, she's a lot harder to get into the stands than once she's in the stands. She's not near as hard in the stands.
Okay, so again, happy to have her with us here tonight. Happy to have all of you with us, whether in attendance here at Zeppo's. Again, we'll be here Mondays now throughout the month of February. Of course, on News Talk for the Blues as well. We're just getting things started. Kira Gardner going to be our guest tonight.
Kira's going to be here. Let's see what she says.
All right, so we'll hear from Kira coming up in about 10 minutes or so. But right now, let's go ahead and take our first break. We're here at Zeppo's. It is indeed your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge, and we'll be back after this live from Zeppo's from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics. The airport connects Cougar fans and alums with over 50 daily departures to 18 nonstop destinations provided by 6 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
The tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Pac-12 Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/Pac-12 Sports.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs.
Looking sharp has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, we are back. It is our Cougar Basketball Hour with head coach of Washington State University women's basketball, Kamie Ethridge. So happy to have you with us again. U.S. Bank, a proud supporter of Cougar athletics. Together, there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Again, the Cougars coming off of a couple of wins over the last couple of days. Again, we've already got the couple of questions for the coach that we've already taken care of. We've got a couple of more that will be coming up a little bit later on. If you've got some questions, you can come up and grab a slip of paper, write down your question, either for the coach or for Kira, and we'll get them asked and answered, hopefully, here on the hour. She's never shied away from a question before. Washington State, again, went over Pacific, went over San Diego. Again, in that second half against Pacific, you guys really kind of took control. You outscored them 46-24 in the second half, Coach. And with that, the Cougars were able to pick up a big victory. And with that, talk a little bit about not only what L.A. was able to do with some of her shot making, but also what some of the others were able to do for you.
Well, I think everything that we're trying to get good at is, a team comes into a game and tries to take something away from you, and they have a strategy on how they're going to guard you, and sometimes you just have to figure out how they're going to guard you. And LA is just an amazing one-on-one player. You can put her in ball screens in the middle of the floor, and it's just really hard for other teams to defend that, because she's such a good decision maker and she's such a good shot maker, and she can make those little floaters. And then I thought the San Diego game, we just went in halftime and said, we have to have a post game. We have to have a post game. We have to have a post game. We have to throw the ball into the post. And we came out in the second half and threw it in. It didn't have to be Candace. It didn't have to be, clearly not, Alex isn't there. It didn't have to be the bigs. It just has to be somebody has to catch the ball on the side and then in and out to other people. And when we figure those things out, and that's where we are in the end of the season, you have to figure those things out, and you have to do it quicker than halftime maybe. Maybe that's our problem. But we have to use our weapons that we have, and that's LA in those pick-and-roll situations that are really, really hard for people to guard. And, yes, we have versatility in the post. It doesn't have to be Tara. It doesn't have to be Candace. It can be Jenna. We have a lot of people. It can be Shasha in the post. We don't have to just depend on any one person in the post. So I think that makes us dangerous as we figure those things out. We're just not quite – we need to figure those things out really, really quick in the games. And we're not quite as good as we need to be in those situations. Versatility is awesome. Discipline is not always so great.
Right. And so with that, especially in this conference, I think we've got a chance to do some damage in the post and points in the paint. And he talked about that matchup with San Diego. We were trailing points in the paint at halftime, but ended up leading that category at the end of the game. And I mean, how about Tara Wallach and what she was able to do this weekend? Wally, of course, our lone senior, just about a double-double both nights, 15 points, 9 rebounds against Pacific, 22 points, 9 rebounds against San Diego. And that doesn't even go to what else she is doing on the court, just the calming leadership that she has. And most importantly, perhaps, what she does on the defensive end for this team against some of their best players.
Yeah, she's just open to doing whatever she has to do to help us win. And credit to her, physicality, posting up, playing any position on the court. She's as solid as anyone we've ever had as a senior, and comfortable there, and wants the pressure to create the opportunity to score. Just really unbelievably happy for her. We just have to continue to put her in the best positions on the floor. Does she get a little bit crazy at times? Does she try to do too much? Yes, every player does, but she is really, really on point, knows the scout, knows how we have to guard, and this week will be as big a challenge as we've ever had, with her. She has to go in and guard each of them, and she's up for it. That's who she is. She's going to take on any challenge that's out there.
And you look at her heading into this final month of the regular season, her final season. I mean, again, as far as her overall numbers, just past Alexis Sweedland. Swede was here for your first year at Washington State, is that right?
Swede.
Just past Swede in the all-time points scored list. She's now 15th all-time in scoring. She's over 600 rebounds. That is now 18 away from the top 10. She's 4th in program history in block shots. Her next game gets her into the top 10 in games played. She tied Charlize for what was 9th in starts, and now is 5th all-time in the program in minutes played. So that just shows you a little bit of the versatility that she brings to this program.
And I think her parents are on a cruise right now and not coming to every game that she plays right now. So hopefully when they get back, she's going to have a lot of these stats, and she's going to be further along. But just what a great example of someone that chose us and developed and has been a big part of our development in our program and our growth in our program. And again, her leadership, I mean, she is like pulling us along. It's not like it's an easy thing to be a lone senior, and she has just been phenomenal as that, and showing up every night that whatever is necessary to win, she's providing that.
And speaking of her parents, I think we're in Santa Clara when they were on the road with us, and they were there to watch Tara play. They came over and introduced themselves to me, and we got a chance to visit a little bit. What a nice family she comes from. We'll talk about her parents a little bit. Now you got
just
to know
the
them.
sweetest people ever, and clearly, she's been the youngest and had to fight through hockey players, hockey brothers, and just stud athletes that are in front of her, and she's the baby of the family, and a little bit of a baby of the family. All the things that bring that on, but just the most supportive people and parents and believing in us and believing in her, and just they're there, but you wouldn't know it unless you asked and looked them up, and they're incredible people, and it's a reflection of just what a great person she is, and great competitor, and great athlete, and great leader she is because of those parents.
Absolutely. Congratulations to them on raising a fantastic daughter. A little bit more on Gonzaga coming up, but before we take the break real quick and get to Kara Gardner is going to be joining us here in just a little bit. We get the Thursday bye this week. Everybody else is going to be in action on Thursday. We just went through the stretch of 5 games in 9 days. How do you manage this? First, I'm guessing welcome that you get a little bit of time off and finally get that little bit of rest. And, oh, by the way, it's Gonzaga this time. That has to go to Moraga to play on Thursday, and then back to Spokane to play us. It was us that had to do that last time around. They have to go to St. Mary's Thursday and come back to play us on Saturday. How are you managing no game Thursday and getting ready for the one opponent on Saturday? I mean, I know that there's more to it than that, but at the same time, that is the one game this week.
Well, key for us, obviously, Sunday was off for us. We practiced today and started zeroing in on certain things that Gonzaga does. We go tomorrow, another zero in on what Gonzaga does. We take Wednesday off. We zero in on Thursday, Friday on what Gonzaga does. And just imagine that the last time we played Gonzaga, we flew in on a Thursday night. We got up at whatever time and practiced on Saturday, and we had like an hour and a half to prepare for them. So now we have like 6 or 7 hours to prepare for them. And again, like everybody's really prepared at this point in the season, but we're going to know them better. We're going to guard them better. Can we be better offensively? I think so. We don't have Alex. That's a problem. That's something we have to address and be better. We got to find people that can step into those positions. But again, can we manage the environment and how loud it is? Someone already suggested like piping in massive music. Mm-hmm. We may need to do that in the next few days, but just really excited. Our team knows them better. We're going to guard them better, and now we got to find some ways to score some baskets and just not give in to whatever's going on in whatever Spokane or wherever we are.
Spokane is where it's going to be. Spokane, 2 o'clock is going to be the start time coming up on Saturday. So if you can make your plans to be in Spokane, come on out and support us up against the Gonzaga Bulldogs Saturday at 2. All right, we'll let you go and visit with some folks, and we'll bring Kira in. Kira Gardner coming up next. Glad to have you with us. It's a Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge and Kira Gardner next. It's live from Zeppo's from Learfield.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Benz Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline 4 turbo, tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thornton, linebacker and captain of your Washington State University Cougar football team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I recommend my friend and supporter, Krista Gross. She's a 3-time Realtor of the Year and a big fan of Cougar athletics. The only thing she enjoys more than supporting the Cougs is providing excellent service. Check her Google reviews to see how much her clients love her. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K. KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Well, Steve Grubbs, welcome back. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour. Kira Gardner making her way to the stage. We mentioned the West Coast Conference Tournament. Again, that's now just 4.5 weeks away, so start planning your trip down to the West Coast Conference Tournament in Vegas as we get ready for that in just 4.5 weeks. The West Coast Tournament starts on Thursday, March the 6th, and goes through Tuesday, March the 11th. You can get all session tickets. You can watch both the men and the women. They're going to be playing both at Orleans Arena. And also you can catch all women's if you just want to go that route and go, well, session by session if you want to as well. But tickets are on sale now, so make your plans. Kira, welcome to the stage. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Got to feel good getting these last 3 wins in the column and getting a couple in front of friends and family and in front of the folks here at Beasley Coliseum. And how was this weekend for you to pick up a couple of wins for Washington State University?
Oh, it was great. It was really good feeling. It felt like we were playing like a team. It was just a good environment.
I mean, how you're in your junior season now from Raymond, Washington. What's it like to play at Beasley Coliseum? I'm sure you're at least used to it by now, but when you look up and you see either friends or family, I'm sure you have both that are in attendance at times, and know that you're playing in front of them, just does that give you a little extra bounce to your step?
Yeah, it does. Knowing that I have some family there and some friends, it's nice, but it's crazy to see how many people are up in the stands compared to back home because there's not a lot of people there.
Right. Talk to us a little bit about where you grew up from and what was it like growing up in a small town like Raymond, Washington?
Well, like you said, it's very small. There's about 3,000 people there. Everyone's always in your business. They know where you're at whatever time. So, I mean, it's a big family there. So.
Sounds like a lot of towns in Whitman County, to be quite honest with you. It probably is a little bit similar to that, yes?
It is, yes.
As we are again here in Pullman with Garrett Gardner. Got a couple of questions that we'll be getting to in just a little bit. Just got done mentioning the West Coast Conference Tournament. You were part of the Pac-12 run, correct, when we went and got that championship down in Los Angeles? What was that like, being part of that team and being able to be part of that celebration at the end of it?
It was amazing. So much fun. So many memories. I mean, I love them. I miss them. All the seniors that graduated and left, and they were just great people to be around.
Did you know coming to play for Washington State how close you would get to your teammates and how it's gone from being a freshman to where you were sitting here today and seeing all of the international players that have come through here? I mean, again, you're from Washington State. Not saying that you're not a traveler, that you're not going to travel and all these things, but to get to meet these international players and get to know about their culture and get to know them a little bit, how cool has that been here?
It's cool. It's a great opportunity, and you don't see that back home. So coming into WSU, I thought it was really cool. I'm going to make plans when I make friends and to bring them home to see my family and meet them. I thought it was awesome.
Have you gotten tips from them, or have you made plans to maybe go to some of their places? Let's just say, out of any of your teammates, is there a go-to gold star on where they're from that, hey, this is someplace I need to go and visit someday?
I'd like to go to Kosovo.
Yeah, Kosovo?
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get to a couple of questions here. What are your favorite activities outside of basketball? You're kind of an outdoors person, aren't you?
Yes. I like to fish. I like to be out in the woods, doing whatever I can in nature, I guess. Mainly it's just fishing. I love to fish down by the water. My papa's river, it's where I fish all the time.
Yeah. Any type of fish that you're going for? Is it freshwater or is it?
I like the king salmons.
King salmons. Okay.
Salmons.
All right. And then also, what other sports did you? You're an incredible athlete, just from where I sit, and we're obviously filled with incredible athletes. But I think you've got a lot of athleticism. What other sports did you play when you were in high school? What other sports did you play growing up?
Well, I started off with soccer. I really liked soccer, and then I went to basketball. And then I played volleyball for a little bit, and then I did track, and then we got soccer when I was in high school. So then I went back to soccer, but then my parents talked me into going back to volleyball.
Okay.
I kind of got bribed into it, but I played softball when I was little. So I played basically everything.
Just about everything, absolutely. I told you she was an athlete. And then basketball. When did you know that basketball was going to be the thing for you, and how early on did you think you could become a Division I athlete and play at a place like Washington State University?
Well, I started basketball in 1st and 2nd grade, and I was always playing up with 3rd, 4th, 5th graders. And it was kind of my dream to play at the next level. And so I kind of just worked with what I had in the hometown because there's not a lot of opportunities. You have to travel over an hour to get anywhere. So I basically just tried to work my butt off because I wanted to play at the next level.
Absolutely. And memory serves me right, you were a Gatorade Player of the Year. Was that your senior year at Raymond?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, how about that? Gatorade Player of the Year. All right, another one from your outdoor activities. Do you have any interesting stories from all of your outdoor activities?
Yes.
Okay.
Last summer, I like to go on side-by-side rides, and last summer, was on a ride, and we're on a trail, and we come across a baby coyote.
Okay.
Kind of hit it a little bit, and I hopped out immediately to go and pick it up because it was just a little baby coyote. So I had pictures. I held it with my hand, and it didn't look very nice, but
It was,
yeah.
Okay, so you were helping out the baby coyote.
Yeah, I just got to make sure it's okay.
Okay, was it okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, fantastic. We got another question for you. How about when you are on the road, your downtime, when you're in your room? Are you listening to music? Are you binging? Are you sleeping? What do you like to do most with your downtime when you're on the road?
All the above.
Okay.
I mean, I like listening to music a lot, but
Yeah.
I also like to watch my Netflix.
What are the road trips like with this group? You mentioned you had a lot of teammates that you miss that you still keep in touch with. But what about this current group? What about this current group that you're with, and what are the road trips like?
We still do our karaoke. We still like to sing together.
Yeah.
But we did that with the last group, but this team, we still sing. It's really fun.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song? And are you the lead singer? No, you're not the lead singer. Okay. Do you guys just anything that pops up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Kira Gardner with us. We'll talk a little bit more about basketball. We'll talk a little bit more about a couple of other quick questions we got for her. Happy to have her with us. Isn't she doing great up here so far? It's her Cougar Basketball Hour from Zeppo's, live from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Coug fans, you love rooting for the Crimson and Gray, and now McDonald's has even more for you to cheer about. Because this season, you can score big with the 20-piece McNuggets bundle when you order on the McD app. Get 20 golden, juicy McNuggets, plus 2 orders of the medium fries you know and love, all for just $11.99. McDonald's and Cougars basketball. Now that's what I call a W. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through 2024-25 basketball season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs.
Looking sharp has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, Steve Grubbs, welcome back. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour. We'll have the head coach of Cougar Basketball, Kamie Ethridge, back with us in a bit. But first, Kira Gardner doing a great job with us here up on stage. Got a couple of other questions for her when we get to it. For Kira, here's the first one. You are fast and bouncy. Did you ever, I like that. Again, that goes back to her athleticism. Did you ever try track and field? We talked about that a little bit. Did you have a certain distance? Then did you do both track and field, or was it just one or the other?
It's kind of the same thing.
Well, yeah, but one's running.
Yeah,
you got like long jump and high jump,
well,
right?
I didn't really like to run in
Okay.
track. I was more the jumping.
Okay.
I did all the jumping events.
All right. And so what was your favorite event? Let's get to that. Or what was your most successful event?
Well, I was successful in
all of them.
All of them.
Well,
but,
yeah, absolutely
but,
she was.
But my favorite was definitely high jump.
You remember how high you were able to clear at one point in time?
5'8", I think, is the highest, but I did get over 5'10", just clipped it up with my heel on the way down.
Oh, okay. So, and that's pretty good for, that was high school at the time, right?
Yes.
What year were you doing that as a senior, or was that before you were a senior?
Well, I was jumping 5'6" freshman year, and then kind of
continued to go up
a little
as it
bit.
went along. Okay. This one I think is from the back table. It says, tell us about your favorite tattoo. So do you mind divulging a little bit about that? Do you have a favorite tattoo that you have?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of you see my tattoos. I have a lot on my leg, but my favorite one is definitely on my forearm.
Okay.
It's actually my adoption date.
Okay.
And I was adopted when I was almost 2. It's just a really meaningful tattoo.
That's fantastic. That is awesome. And correct me if I'm wrong with this, but is that also part of the reason you came to Washington State? Did your mom go to Washington State as well?
Yes, my mom graduated from Washington State.
Is that part of the reason you came here, or was it just a basketball opportunity?
It was a really great basketball opportunity.
Okay, well, still, I mean, great.
Yeah.
I mean, so she's got to be happy that you're here,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
And then also close to home and get a chance to play in front of them for all of your home
Yes,
games.
because I ended up moving to Spokane my senior year of high school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, one more time with the 2 wins over both Pacific and San Diego. What did you think as we were kind of going through this and kind of going through the last couple days with practice? What do you think the keys were for us in that, and what are some of the keys for us going forward as far as having success?
Well, it takes a lot of focus, and you kind of have to have an edge, and maintaining your, being aggressive and knowing the scout and knowing what you need to be doing and doing your job.
And I mean, for you as somebody that hops off the bench and you come in with a bundle of energy, I mean, you've got a situation where you come in, and I mean, it's got to be a little bit okay. I want to make sure I'm doing good, but at the same time, I don't want to press. And at the same time, is it kind of going, okay, this is a scout. I got to remind myself this is a scout, and kind of just and knowing what that is. Is that kind of how you get yourself going?
Yeah, just trying to take a little breath and focus and pay attention and make sure you don't mess up.
No games this week, so more practices with Kamie. Is that good or is that bad?
It's good.
It's good, right?
It's good.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's good. Good luck against Gonzaga. Good luck the rest of the way. Fantastic job this season. You're a fantastic young lady, and we thank you for joining us here on the show. Wasn't she great? Garrett Gardner, want to thank him for joining us.
Thank you.
Kamie Ethridge, back in just a bit. It's a Cougar Basketball Hour live from Zeppos from Learfield.
Do you ever pay attention to overhead power lines? If you're like most people, you don't, but you should, especially when you're working up on a roof or carrying a ladder outdoors. Kids who climb trees and fly kites and adults with drones need to watch out for power lines too. And on the off chance that you find a downed power line, stay at least 10 feet away and quickly call 911 and Avista. Always pay attention to power lines. It's your best line of defense. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Bro, you go hard for the WSU Cougs.
What do you mean?
You're literally wearing a Coug jersey that you bought from the Coug store with your Coug debit card. And you don't stop talking about how every time you use your card, GISA donates to the Cougar Athletic Fund.
I guess I do go pretty hard for my Cougs.
If you go hard for your Cougs, get your WSU card today at GISA.com. Go Cougs!
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thornton, linebacker and captain of your Washington State University Cougar football team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I recommend my friend and supporter, Krista Gross. She's a 3-time Realtor of the Year and a big fan.
We were just kidding.
You talking to me?
No. We'll take the audio back.
KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Well, Steve Grubbs, welcome back. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour with the head coach of Washington State University basketball, Kamie Ethridge, as we would like to thank you for joining us tonight on this Monday. Your Cougar Athletics and Cougar Basketball Hour brought to you in part by Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment, choose chill. celebrate responsibly as we bring back in the head coach, as we had a chance to visit with Kira Gardner, as Kamie out visiting with the folks here at Zeppo's. Another fantastic crowd here on a Monday night.
Love it.
It's
awesome.
just fantastic.
Thanks, guys, for being here.
What about Kira Gardner?
Yeah.
I mean, the athleticism that she has, and feels like I don't know if we've only scratched the potential of Kira Gardner, but it feels like you were talking about some of the players that have got upswings here in the last month, and I mean, she could be a difference maker this last month.
No, I always have to start with Kira because she knows it. Like, we butt heads like crazy. She's stubborn. I'm stubborn. And I told our little group in a chalk talk, and I was like, I might just have to give in. But if you ask my mom, she's like, ain't no way I'm giving in. But I love it. I love banter. I like players that are stubborn. We need that. We need people that are just like, no, that's not right. And yes, like, you need that. Like, she's got some toughness to her. She wants to fight through things. She's learning a million things every single day she comes on the court. She brings something that's unique. Like, she's instant offense. She's got the sweetest stroke that we have on the court. She needs to get in the gym and shoot more, but that's separate. Maybe she heard me say that. I'm not sure if she did or didn't. But, instant offense is huge. We need offense. We need someone that can go in as a sub and just go, bam, I'm going to score this. And athletic, she's twitchy, she can guard, she can block shots, she can run in transition. There's so many things she can do. So, again, her best days are ahead of her. She just has to stay focused, and she has to be bought in to what we need her to be. She needs to be solid on the defensive end. She doesn't need to hurt us, by trying to do too much or getting herself out of position. But just love her potential. Yes, ceiling, yes, but right now we need her. We need her in a million ways. So every single time she steps on the floor, we need her to impact winning, and there's a million ways to do that, and she knows how to do that. And yes, scoring is a big way, but there's a lot of other ways that she can do that. And again, that helps us, and we have a chance to win when she's at her best.
I think what's so fun and exciting about your program right now is, again, and we've talked about it over the last month or so on this show here during the Cougar Basketball Hour, is just the growth potential and knowing not only what we can see long term, because again, just the lone senior and Tara will be missed next season, but what we've got coming back, I mean, God only knows what we can do in the future because of the potential of all these players that we can see that are just starting to grow into great basketball players. But for this final month as well, just to see how much that they can grow and how they can be, I just think that's fun as fans to be able to go into these individual matchups. I would think it's going to be fun, but at the same time challenging for you as coaches, because you're trying to untap that potential while it's also fighting it from here. But that is also it's fun and challenging, isn't it, for this last month of the season?
Yeah, I think scoring offensively is still a major area of growth for us. I mean, we have the potential, we have the talent, we have people that can come in and impact. We're just a little stagnant at times. We get a little bit standstillish. We are a little bit too finesse, meaning when people get into us, we tend to stop. And the really good teams that are physical, they just push through, or they find ways to cut to the basket. And Kira's a great example of that. Like, if she can find ways to just attack the rim, whether she scores or not, it creates an opportunity behind her. It's really that's where we are as an offensive team. Like, there's no magic play we can draw up. There's no magic bullet. We can go, we just need to run this and it's going to work. This is really, people blow up your offense, and you need to be able to play outside of it. And we have the potential to do that. We have big, strong wings that can post. We have people that can cut to the basket. We have people that can handle the ball and play pick and roll. We have three-point shooters. We have post-up players. So we have a lot of options. It's just that we get a little stand stillish when people get real physical with us. And so that's the biggest thing of the next 3 weeks. We need to get better at that. We're going to see it at Gonzaga. They're going to bully us and stand us up. We cannot stand on I always call it the magic 3-point line. Like we get stood up and we stand out there 5 out. We do not want to play that way. And Portland was the same way. They got real physical with us and we stood on the 3-point line. The good teams get physical with you and you got to react to that in the right way. And we have the players to do it. And the youth has to grow really quick to do it. And so Kira's a big part of that. Our point guard play is a big part of that. Our post development is a big part of that. So everybody is required to react the right way and draw fouls and get to the foul line and create scoring opportunities for each other. So I feel good about it. I feel like every single day we go in the gym, we're getting better. But it's a challenge every single day we go in the gym, and y'all know that.
All right. So again, Saturday, the Cougars in Spokane to take on Gonzaga. We'll talk a little bit about the month of February and what lies ahead. Got a couple of more questions that have been entered in for the head coach as well. We'll do that when we come back. It's your Cougar Basketball Hour. Happy to have you with us from Zeppo's. Another great crowd. Great to have you all with us. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour with Coach E, live from Zeppo's on Learfield.
Nothing works up an appetite like cheering for your Cougs on game day. So why not cheer them on at Northern Quest with an impressive roster of restaurants and lounges? You can tackle the menu at Epic and catch every play on the 10 by 30-foot screen. Or grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, even a burger from Fat Burger. You know, for your inner linebacker. See more at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through! Yeah.
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling at home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs.
Looking sharp has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge, live from Zeppo's. You can earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Happy to have you with us live from Zeppo's, where the Palouse comes to eat and play, and also home of your Cougar Basketball Hour every Monday night with Kamie Ethridge. And also, of course, tomorrow night, make sure you join us when David Riley stops by for the Men's Coaches Show. What is your end-of-game philosophy is one of the questions. Do you foul the players? Do you let the clock go and maybe play for a final possession? Do you try and dribble up? Do you have an end-of-game philosophy? Do you have
I'm clueless. I'm clueless. I'm open for suggestions. I mean, honestly, that's a broad question. There's so many end-of-game situations, and do you foul if you're up by 3? I mean, I think women's basketball has a hard time scoring three-point shots. I think men's basketball can rise up and shoot threes. I think is a different philosophy. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the best at at end of game situations, and Matt's over there cringing because we don't do enough of those. But understanding like press break, trying to get it in at the end of the game. I'm big on I want timeouts at the end of the game.
Sure.
So I tend to, y'all are probably screaming at me to call a timeout when a team makes a run. And I want to give our players a lot of leeway to try to work through those. But I want timeouts at the end of the game because I think we need them for game management. So, I mean, there's a million situations. I'm not sure exactly what they're asking here.
Yeah, I guess. And the other thing, too, with the timeouts, I mean, the way that the women's game is now.
Yeah, the advancing.
I love it, yeah.
Yep.
The fact that you can advance the ball either, A, if you're behind, because obviously you can advance the ball and don't have to spend the time of getting the ball up the court after a rebound or a missed shot, or if you have the lead and you don't have to give up a turnover in backcourt and you can get away from the backcourt pressure and get into front court. I mean, unless you really need a timeout, and obviously as a head coach, you got that finger of the pulse of your team. You want to save those until the end of the game, don't you, the way this game is played?
I don't know what game it was. Lori would know. I just looked at her and it's like, we don't need to call. I think I should call a timeout. And she was like, no, I think we can break the press. And then we turned it over and I was like, and they scored, and I was like, timeout. It happens.
Yeah,
like
sure.
You think your team can handle a press. You want to save the timeouts. I mean, there's so many situations, and all you can do is try to put your team in those positions to win the game. And again, just there's hundreds of them. And if you practice 20 of them, you won't practice 80 of them.
Right.
But you're trying to get them comfortable and confident that they can handle any situation that might happen to them.
Do you like the rules where you can advance the ball?
I love it. I can't believe the guys haven't advanced it. I think the 4 quarters are amazing.
Yeah.
I think advancing at the end of the games is fantastic. I think the guys would just have so many more play-winning situations if they didn't have to go the whole court. I think it's only a matter of time before we all get on the same FIBA rules and NCAA rules. They all need to align, I think.
The nice thing is, as we were talking about it, as the months of December and January clicked off with the conference, the schedule now goes into kind of more of the routine.
Can you believe we're in February?
What's that?
We're in February.
Can you believe that?
6 games left. I told Jenna today in my meeting.
Yeah, we're 10-4. We've got either 1 or 2 more games played than everybody else. That means we get more rest the rest of the way than anybody else. That's, I think, a good thing. Again, we get to bye Thursday, and then, home Thursday, quick trip to Portland and back, home back-to-back, and then we wrap up the season with the 1 game in Pepperdine. The schedule does, after all that we went through early in the season, does line up pretty well for us schedule-wise at the end.
I don't know if it does.
We got a tough schedule, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did us any favors. I haven't looked at Portland to see what they have prior to this, but, the reality is that last bye isn't doing us any favors because you have a big bye before the tournament. So we just have a bigger bye. Maybe that helps us in recruiting. We can go out and recruit someplace and give our kids time off. But, I really do. If you looked at the schedule and you challenged everybody and said, what would you want? No one would say, I want that one. We're happy about this weekend, and we have a good bye, and we can get our kids at least 2 days of rest, and had a little sickness going through our team, and we're trying to work through that. So glad about that. Yes, we'll use it wisely as we go into the tournament, but again, it supposedly all works out. We just have to focus on Gonzaga. We got to work on what we have to do. This is most important thing in what we're doing. We need to find a way to compete and be our very best against them, because that proves that we're worthy of what we want to do.
Imagine me. I was looking at it through Cougar-colored lenses and forgot everybody else is playing on that Saturday, and we're the team that have a bye on the 29th or March the 1st.
And then you have like 7 days off before you play again.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we were there. But again, I think that we might be the stepchild
Welcome
in this.
to the
We
league, I
might be
guess,
the
right?
stepchild in this league. So they might not have done us any favors. But again, that's why you just want to respond the right way and win despite it. And I think we have the team that can do that.
All right, we'll take one last break, come back with a couple final minutes with Coach Ethridge to wrap up the show here on a Monday. Great to have you with us as we get February. Yes, February underway. It's your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge, live from Zeppos from Learfield.
With the WSU debit card from Giza, it's hard to tell
And
who's
then we'll
supporting
have-
who. When Coug fans use their WSU card, they show off their Coug pride, and donations are made back to Cougar Athletics. But the card supports the Coug fan with big savings by helping them grow their money with Smart Plus checking. So, does the card support the Coug fan, or does the Coug fan support the card? It doesn't matter. All that matters is that the WSU card supports Cougar Athletics and your wallet at the same time. Get your WSU card at Giza.com. Checking account transaction requirements, terms and conditions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thornton, linebacker and captain of your Washington State University Cougar football team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I recommend my friend and supporter, Krista Gross. She's a 3-time Realtor of the Year and a big fan of Cougar athletics. The only thing she enjoys more than supporting the Cougs is providing excellent service. Check her Google reviews to see how much her clients love her. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Well, again, we welcome you back. Final couple minutes of the show with the head coach of Washington State University basketball, Kamie Ethridge. Coach, couple of home wins. I was impressed after the game on San Diego, the amount of fans that were lined up in front of me to get post-game autographs from your team. I mean, the community loves your basketball team.
I love that we finally are doing some things in the community. I wish, we really probably need to do a girls basketball camp. We haven't done since we've been here. My assistant coaches back there are now cringing and mad at me for saying that because it takes effort and work. But right now, the men's basketball team, they run a basketball camp during summer, and we walk into the gym, and they've got like 30 or 25 kids that are girls doing their camp. And so, I hate that, and I really do think we need to advance, role models and get those young ladies looking at our players just like they did in that. Like our kids are amazing, and again, just need to continue to be out in the community and get those kids involved.
Gonzaga coming up on Saturday, big challenge, final minute of the show. Any thoughts on Gonzaga, and then your final thoughts on as we depart here?
They're great. They're so good, and they're so tough, and we weren't tough enough. I mean, again, we had one day to scout them. I think we'll be way, way, way more prepared for what they're going to do, which they don't do a ton, but they're tough. They know how to win. They are physical. It is a wrestling match, and you gotta join the fight because the fight's going to go on. And again, Tara was all in on guarding Ejim. We got to have other people guarding Ejim. We got to score the ball a little bit better. We didn't handle the ball very good late in the game. Again, we have a chance to go in there and win. We've been in there and won. We've gone into that environment. I hear they're camping out, and I hear they're having a huge push to get a sold-out arena. And you know what? We don't care. We just want to walk in there, be unaffected, and be tough, and be the tougher team, and walk away with the win. And I think we're capable of it.
I do too. Saturday at 2 o'clock. Looking
we need
forward
you guys.
to it.
Get there.
Come on out. Come see us in Spokane. Thanks, Coach, as always.
Appreciate everybody being here. Go Cougs.
That's going to do it. Your Cougar Coaches Hour with Coach Ethridge, live from Zeppo's from Learfield.
You've been listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour. Tonight's show has been